Good morning, everyone. It's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your What's Cracking for the 1st of July. Firstly, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for all your generous donations, your beautiful emails, your beautiful comments, and for ordering personal readings. If you're interested in personal readings, all the information is below. Also below you will find all the information for the classes now in August. I've still got places in July, so if you're interested in doing anything in July, but you'll have to check the time zones. I feel a lot of people can make the time zones, but the people that are in the classes could, so I'll just keep doing them until we get, everybody gets a bit of a dip. I've changed a couple of the classes in August because people said to me they'd like to know a little bit more around narcissism, codependency, people pleasing, that type of thing. So I've changed one group for that reason. So if you are interested in expanding on your psychic gifts, learning a little bit about the basics of tarot, learning about abandonment issues and healing after relationship breakdown, or about the narcissist codependent relationship and how that sort of fits into the spiritual scheme of things, which is what people keep asking me. So all of those will be talked about in the groups that I run. They're all done by Zoom. As long as the time zones are right for you, you'll be fine. Okay. I'm using the Connolly Tarot here. Okay. Oh, very nice. So we have the Magician coming straight out. The Magician is the card of the Master Manifestor. When he comes out to play, we know at this time we have the capacity to manifest what we want in our lives. Sometimes people talk to me about manifestation too, and there are some great speakers on YouTube that you can go and have a look at that talk about some of these things. They're really good fun to follow. But manifesting, so we all think that manifesting is thinking about something 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and that's not really how it's done. It's about asking the universe for what you want and then just being able to give it up to the universe to work on your outcomes for you. Sometimes when we cling to an idea or cling to an outcome or how something's going to work out or manifest, we actually slow it down. So it's about allowing the universe to do its job too. So you're working in co-creation with the universe rather than, trying to do it completely by yourself. Okay, so we have the Two of Swords behind that. Now the Two of Swords talks about a decision. It also talks about a stalemate. So it's a decision that has to be made that somebody isn't making, basically. So there is two options. Could be anything, let go, move on, two different things, whatever. But you are refusing to make the decision, usually because it's hurting or it's going to hurt to make the decision. And the universe, of course, always asks that you put yourself first, that it's really important you consider what you want and how to put your heart first. But there's a reason here that you're sitting on the fence or you're unable to make this decision. It's because some sort of pain's coming through. It's either you've got to cut something out, give something away, or speak up for something that's probably difficult for you. Oh, okay. So we have the card of heartbreak behind that. There is some pain here. It could be somebody has a decision to make here between two people. Definitely. Someone holds it in their hands here. So maybe you're dealing with someone who has the power to make a decision here, but unfortunately you don't have the power to influence it. A cycle needs to be closed out. Oh, that's really straightforward. A cycle needs to be closed out here for a victory to happen. Very, very straightforward story. Some of you dealing with somebody that can't be with you at this time because they have something in their life that's holding them back from making that decision. But they are the ones that are not making the decision. So the decision that needs to be made is in their hands. So manifesting that is a little bit difficult, because you can manifest what you want for yourself, but you can't manifest someone if it's not what they want. Okay, so be clear about that. All right, so we have the Three of Pentacles. So I'm feeling here that the universe is saying this is a time to put energy into you. This is a time for your own spirituality and healing. And this is a time to just leave it up to that magician to push forward the intention to manifest what you want. You can't influence it at the moment. So you've put forward already what you want here. Whatever it is that you're trying to make a decision on, it looks like it's in someone else's hands anyway. So what you have to do is put your intention forward and allow the universe to bring through a result. All right. Little crystal here. So we have the Seven of Pentacles coming through here. Now the Seven of Pentacles is a card that talks about planting seeds for the future but waiting. It's a card of being patient. So if this is your story here and you are waiting for someone to make a decision here, then the universe is asking you just to focus on yourself and to be patient with the outcome. Whatever it is appears to be taking some time. So just be patient here. Your seeds are planted. You can't do any more than that. Okay, so there's a Page of Pentacles here. That's a good sign. Okay, and then we have a Knight of Wands. Beautiful. So you have something coming through here that's telling you that something's moving. Somebody's making contact here. Doesn't mean that they've made the decision. Doesn't mean that anything's moved forward at this point. It may be a message to see how things are going. There is some sort of communication coming through here. Some communication that I always see with the Pentacle that can be a gift. Now, what we do have after that, though, is a card of action and a card of passion. So maybe this person's looking to get a go-ahead here. Maybe they're still waiting to see whether you're on the same page, whether you want the same thing. But there's definitely this feeling here that this communication says that this person is ready to move forward. Maybe ready to make a decision. They may have made the decision, but this is communication about that. So I feel like somebody wants to talk to you really badly here, but I feel that they've been waiting on something. There's sort of this feeling here that they too have been manifesting. But somehow or another they want to communicate first before they make some sort of move. And there's the move with the Knight of Wands. Very fast, very rapid movement once the decision's been made. Once the communication's been made, then the decision may be made. Let's keep going here. Okay, there is an offer of love here with the Knight of Cups. We do have the King of Swords. So you could be dealing with a Libra, Gemini or Aquarius here. And we have the Eight of Wands. Once again, this is rapid movement. Something is moving with speed once this communication takes place. There is an offer of love coming in here from someone who is speaking a truth, who is expressing themselves, opening up, talking. Someone who's very clear about what they want in the future. They're pondering at the moment until they've had this conversation. So it's like someone is ready to move forward, but they just need that final sort of the gun, apparently, according to Spirit. So they're waiting for the go-ahead here. So someone has been sitting manifesting as well, but it looks like here they want to touch base with you to see whether you're both on the same page here. So this may come in the form of an email, a text message, just saying, you know, how you going, how's things, that type of thing. Just to sort of test the waters. But then there's rapid movement. And with the Eight of Wands here, that tells me there's a lot of communication here. So there may be some resolution of something, because this can sometimes mean that there's an apology sitting here. But this person's very much in love with you and wants to make an offer. It's just that they're not clear whether they're right to go ahead or not. Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. And the Five of Swords. Rightio. So some of you people here who've been waiting for someone to come in here, they're checking it out to make sure you're still single here, or that you have no other attachments. I feel here that it's like they're ready to make an offer, but they're not really sure whether you're going to be receptive either, because there's sort of this worry here. There could be some conflict, but it can also mean that this person has walked away from another situation to come towards you here. So it's possible that they could have made the decision already, but the communication is more around just seeing where you're up to in your life, maybe just passing a little bit of a hello or a how you going. But it's so funny because it just moves to this rapid movement then. It's almost like once someone has that gun, and I think Spirit's right, it's like that racing, you know, from nothing to full on running. So I think that's quite beautiful. But I think this person's making sure that you are single, that you are receptive to their offer, and that there's no conflict happening here. Or that you haven't walked away from this idea, or that you haven't let go of this idea. Perhaps you haven't spoken in a really long time. And then we have the 8 of Swords. So offer is pending here. The offer is pending. Someone's not quite sure which direction to go at this point. And maybe you have moved away from this person. Maybe you sort of become very comfortable in your own life and you're not really sure whether you want to disrupt that or bring in a change, because it sort of looks as though you're tied up in a decision now yourself. So it's gone from this decision being in the other person's hands to being in your hands here. Something very karmic about this sort of reading. It's almost like, you know, your lesson's been to move on here and sort of make a home for yourself. This person's lesson's been making a decision, and now you've got to come back together and sort out whether you're still on the same page with each other or not. And I feel like with this 8 of Swords here, 8 of Pentacles over the top of that, there's sort of this feeling here that you want to work on something, but you're not trusting. You're not really sure you can trust the energy here. So I feel that so much time has gone between that you're not really sure that, you know, I think you want to put work into it. I do. But I feel like you're tied in this energy of, you know, what if, like that type of energy. But I do see you wanting to invest, and I see this person really ready to invest now. So it's just about getting back on the same page. Okay, yeah, I have the Hanged Man coming out over the top of that. So there appears to be like this period of pause then for somebody to make a decision. So it's like all the decision making was in the other person's hands while you were hanging on the edge. And it's like you're now putting them on the edge here and making them wait for you to make a decision on what you want. I feel like really strongly here, this karmic feeling of this card sort of makes me feel as though both of you have had a lesson to learn about being patient, waiting for the universe, waiting for someone else. But this is leading to something really powerful here. But you have to be sure now before you move forward. I feel like the other person's finally come to the decision of, I now want to move forward. But is it then it's in your hands? Because you're in this sort of like energy of, I'm not really sure what I want now. So there's definitely a need for you to go inside here, and it could be the other way around, of course, too. This could be a flip-flop reading, who knows? Okay. So I have the card of acceptance coming through here. I also have a little bit of a runny nose, just excuse me. Still trying to shake this darn thing. And it's the card of 20. Oh no, it's the card of 55. Ooh, if you've been watching 5 numbers, that's interesting too. 55. Okay. You have offered yourself, asked to be of service to the greater good, created something that you wanted to contribute towards the healing of the world, and your offer has been gratefully accepted by the divine. Know this and be at peace. This oracle brings you a message. You are completely received, accepted by the divine just as you are. There is nothing to change, just you to be. You have made an offering of a prayer, a sacrifice for an attachment, and a giving of desire to be of service, to make a contribution to the world, and your offer is joyfully being transformed into the seeds of how this can best be. Your next step is about to begin. Okay, so you gave up you've given up the attachment to the outcome here. So whoever this story is for, you've let go of someone. And as soon as you let go of someone, they generally hop back in. So because you've given this up to the universe and allowed the universe to work with this energy, as we saw at the beginning here, I don't think I went through that either. Because you've given up this and said to the universe, you need to work on this for me, there's been a resolution. I'll leave you with that. Have a great day.